Okay, so when we are looking at Excel, it looks a lot like the Word component in the sense of the instructions. I want you to again look at your instructions and look at your template. Okay, they are asking you to create the spreadsheet below. Okay, so this wasn't created for you, so I'm quickly going to do it with you. So you will open up your Excel. Okay, and I have the document in front of me now, so I'm going to read it off. So the first one they ask you there is to insert your examination number as your left to right and light as a footer. So don't stress now because you only say header and footer. You click there. It's different from Word, and then you just say go to footer, and then they want it your number, your exam number to be left aligned. Now, students, in a number, that's not going to make a difference because a number can't be capitalized or it's a number. But you will see, if you look here, it shows you that your question must be in capital letters. Okay, it does also tell you that. Make sure before you start typing in that your caps lock is on. There is not something. Now I type capital letters and not question 6. Um, there's nothing in Excel like we have in Word that is going to give you the opportunity to mark this and change it. There's nothing like that. You can see it. It's something that Excel doesn't have. So you must make sure you put caps lock on on your keyboard before you type that in. Okay? And if there's anything inside of your Excel spreadsheet that you must type in, you must also make sure your caps lock is on. Now, I don't like this view because I want to see my rows and my columns. If you don't mind working in it, then it's fine. It's a personal preference. So I will go to view and I'll just make it normal again. Okay? Don't stress because in the normal view, you will not see your header. It didn't disappear. It's still there. Okay. Okay, they say they don't find anything that they can print, but if you go to file print, you will still see your header there. I don't know why they're saying it, but you will still see your header there. If you go into insert into your footer, you will still be able to see the examiner number and the question number there. Okay, so don't stress, it's not gone. Okay, so I'm just going to make my view normal for now because what I also like about the normal view, I can see where my pages end. So there where the perforated line is, that dotted line says it stops there when it's in my page orientation is at the moment portrait. Okay, when it's landscape, it's going to be bigger. So that's basically my A4 when I print. Okay, so let's quickly look at this is what I'm going to type in. I've got this in front of me. So just bear with me. I hope you also have it in front of you so that you can see where I'm opening my rows, etc. So in A1, they are asking me to put in capital letters SOL. I'm going to save some time, so I'm not going to type in out everything. I'm just going to say Munici. And if I make mistakes now, forgive me. You should not make mistakes tomorrow. Okay, that's going to be there. Then there must be an open row. Don't type in that open row, please. It's a what you call it instruction. That open row must actually be underneath that one, but yeah, it will look properly when you do it. And then the statement must go there. Statement for Muni. I'm just going to say M services. Sorry, but I just want to save some time. And then there must be an open row again, and then you're going to have Mr. T, and then you're going to have 37 Street. I'm doing just very quickly because this is not going to be applicable to anything that obviously mustn't be in capital letters. That must be small caps, but that I just want to save some time. Okay, and then there's an open row again. Then your meter reading will be in cell B. You must carefully look at this when you do it on your own tomorrow, maybe. Meter, and you're going to have your usage here, and you have the current here. Okay, you're going to type in everything like it is, and you're going to have your previous there. and you're going to have the difference at the end. Okay, and then you're going to have water, and you're going to have electricity, and you're going to have an open row again, and then you're going to have numbers. I'll put that numbers in now, and then you're going to have units underneath. So that's an open block there, and then you're going to have units over here, and then you're going to have tariffs, and then you're going to have an amount. Okay, like I said, I'm not doing it as well as I should. That is the water usage, and that is the electricity usage. Okay, then I'm quickly going to put in the amount. The amount is going to be 6, and it must be in currency, and that's going to be 0,80. Okay, so you must make, actually you shouldn't type that into currency. Okay, let's just first see if they give us any other 6979, and that's going to be 88 and 555, and the difference is 6675, and that's going to be 86080. Okay, so that is done now, and I think there's also a date of the, okay, I'm just going to quickly put in the date there. That's a date, and then that's going to be the 21st of May, and then there's an account number as well. Okay, so now they are asking you to put in all of this into um, display the figures as indicated. So you must make sure if there is an amount, those two amounts was a currency. Okay, then you must make sure that you go to home and you choose the currency option. Okay, and you will put 6 rand in there, and the other one is 0.8. Okay, remember, Excel doesn't work with decimals. So you will see there's actually a mistake on the question paper. There's a decimal, but you can't put in a decimal because it doesn't work with decimals. Okay, so you will go back then into Excel, and then the other thing they want is the date for this must be in the, so you're going to choose date, but you want more options because you want to see the date that you want to choose. And the date that you want to choose, it must be looking like that. So you can put that in, and then you can say it must be 21st of May, and it must be 2019. You must choose that. If you don't, then it's going to put it into its own format. Okay, I think that was the only thing that need to be deformatted, and then you would save this because it's going to be your building block then for the next question. Okay, so now we did that. Now they are asking you just to change sections 6A to B. So you're going to go into insert, your header and footer. You're going to go into your footer, and you want to change that to 7B. Okay, and just make sure it's a capital letter, and you must put on your caps lock. Again, I just want my view to be normal, so I'm going to go back into that. And then just make sure in the previous one, I just quickly want to show you, they've asked you here by number 6. They have asked you to adjust the column width and do not use the fit to one option. That just means you need to go and make sure everything fits in very nicely, but it shouldn't go over that perforated line because then it's going to print over 2 sheets, and that's not correct. Okay, so you can do this, and then can you see here they've asked you that it must be printed without row and column headings. In other words, it shouldn't have that A and 1 2 3 4 what. It shouldn't have that. Okay, so where do I find that? I go to view. Sorry, no, that's not view. You're going to find it under page layout, and you're going to say you don't want your headings to be printed. Okay, you want it to take it off. Okay, so you're going to go to file, and you're going to go to print, and if you see there is no There is no headings there. If they sometimes ask you, sometimes they like asking you that it should be print with row and column headings, then you must go to your Excel spreadsheet and you must then make sure that you say both must be printed. And then when you say file print, it will give you that option of that. Okay, that is what it means to be print with and without headings that you find under page layout. Okay, so I'm going over to question 6b. It says there we've changed that already. Make all the changes as indicated on the spreadsheet. Okay, so now again we must work together with both. The first one is talking about A. So now you are going to locate A. You're going to see where it is and you're going to see what are they asking there by A. So I've got this in front of me, so I'm just going to work from that. Okay? So A is here under the difference. And it looks like yeah, they want it to be here actually, looks like it. They've moved it into that side over here. Don't know why. It's but yours will obviously be better looking than mine. And then, so literally what they are asking you is you put exactly what says there. It says current reading minus the previous reading. So you're literally going to go into your Excel and you're going to choose. You're going to say equal the current minus the previous reading. Okay, and the reason why my stuff is looking funny like that now is the headings must actually be there. That's why it's looking funny. Okay. But the methods, obviously, this is what you need to see. And then, if you see this little one thing going down there, that little arrow, it means you need to take it down. You need to copy that. Okay? So that is what we're going to do. We're going to copy it down. Make sure it makes a little cross so that you can copy it down. And then the usage units is the difference. Okay, so the usage units is basically what's written there. So you literally gonna go and say, okay, you want your units to be equal to that, and that is going to be oh, okay, so just press enter. Why is it giving me a 0 now? Okay, it's equal to that one, and that one is equal to that one. It's a very simple thing they are asking you actually. The amount that you get here is the units times the tariffs. I think your Excel sheet was not so nicely presented, but this is actually how it should look like. Okay, then you would say equal. You would literally go and put whatever stands in there. You would say unit times your tariff. So you will go back and you will say, okay, your unit is that. Remember, multiplication in Excel is an asterisk that looks like that, multiplied by that, and that is going to be your answer. Okay, and then you're going to copy it. Make sure it's not there like that. Then it's going to copy it incorrectly. Okay, you must make sure it makes a little cross and then you take it down. Okay, and then the subtotal is in D. D is your subtotal, and it says that it's the sum of the water usage and the electricity usage. So it's those two amounts added together. So you're going to say equal sum, and you're going to choose that one. And you're going to drag it down and press enter, and that's going to be your correct answer. Okay, and you can see it there. It gives you the exact formula that you need to use. Now this is the one that you sometimes struggle with. It says 15% of the subtotal. Now, okay, the subtotal was calculated there. Okay, now you will see the reason I don't have those things on mine is you have a little inverted Y there. That means you were supposed to put in the subtotal and the D and the E and the F. Okay, so you were supposed to put in here your subtotal. Yes.
Can you just excuse me, please? I just need
Yeah,
to think of
that's
something,
fine. I'm
right?
gonna carry on with this and finish
Okay.
PowerPoint and I'll send the
Okay then.
recordings, okay? And then you've got
Okay,
the
thank
amount
you.
due,
Bye.
okay? And then,
Okay then. Thank you.
okay,
Bye.
so 15% is going to mean it's going to be equal 15%. Remember, mathematically, that's going to be 15 divided by 100. So when you have a percentage, okay, it always looks like this. You're going to say 15% of an amount. Okay? So that 15% means 15 divided by 100 multiplied by the amount. That is what it mathematically means. But in Excel, luckily, we don't have to know maths all that well because it is a mathematical program. So you just have to know that you need to say, okay, 15% of your subtotal is going to be equal to 15%. You need to put the percentage sign in and you put multiplied by that because it's off. And then you're going to get the 15% of the subtotal. Okay? And then the amount due is given to you as a function to say that it's the subtotal plus the 15% VAT. So again, if you go back to that, then you will say it's the sum of what is written there at the top. Okay? And then they're just asking you to make sure that you do all those stuff that's asked of you. Okay, so make sure you bold those. It's exactly like we've done in the Word. Although that merge one, I just quickly want to show you. If you want to merge that, you need to select all the lines, all the cells up until the end of that. Okay, it goes over to E and you will then go to home and you will say merge and center, or if it only wants to be merged, you're just going to say merge. Okay, so that's how you do that. So that was done. You can change the 16 point and the bold and the underline. I'm not going to use waste time on that. And the same with the center and the bold. The only thing that I want you to quickly look at is these instructions. They want to copy the formula. That is what we've done when I told you that it needs to go down, when I did that little cross. And they want to display the different and units as integers and all the amounts as currency with 2 decimals. Now, this is very important. So all the other things is integers. That means there's no decimals. It's just a number. Okay? It's a general or a number. The amounts must have 2 decimals. Now, let's say it didn't have. It looked like that, or it looked like that. Then you must make sure you put 2 decimals on by increasing the decimal or decreasing if it doesn't want to have any decimals. Okay? So that is what they ask you there. And then insert horizontal borders with a method that you are familiar with. I'm going to quickly show you and I'm almost done. Okay? It's very easy. You either going to, now if you look at that question, you will see there's not a lot of borders. There's only a little bit border. So if it's only a little bit like that, I will advise you to use the draw one, the draw the border. So you're literally going to go and say, okay, the amount due at the border there, but then that one was an underline style. So you will go and change your style to underline and you will draw it with your pencil. Let's say you made a mistake and you draw something funny like that. Then you just go back to your eraser and you click and you erase those borders that you don't want to. Or let's say all of that, and if you want to go out of your eraser, you must press escape. Let's say you want all of that to have a border, then you can also use your borders there and say you want a bottom border for all those ones. Okay, but just make sure you click the correct style then again. This line style must then be set to a normal one. Okay, you must just go and see which you feel comfortable with. Like I said, when it's something like this, then it's quite nice to just draw it with a pencil. Just remember to press escape to get back to your mouse cursor again. Okay, darlings, and then the last part of Excel before we quickly going to do the PowerPoint is when you have to display your formula. Okay, now there's an easy way. I want you to quickly have a look on your keyboard. Can all of you see this sign? Okay, it's under your excite sign. I call it a slangy key, or you can call it worm, whatever you would like. It looks like a snake to me. So you're gonna press control and that thing together. Okay? The moment you press that two things together, it gives you all your formulas. If you forget that, you can just go to the formula border and say, please show me my formulas. And then that will be done. Remember, if they ask you to print it as a landscape, you will go to orientation and then set it as a landscape. And make sure when you print it, that is then set. Can you see there's your footer that you've maybe worried about that it has disappeared? And that is what you had to do at question 6C. Okay, so sorry I'm going a bit fast, but you can look at the recording again afterwards. Okay, Andrew, looks like you and your